M0FXB Heltec. Let's update the firmware on our ThinkNode M1 made by Elcrow. This is an off-grid device, has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and a serial connection, GPS, but it is not part of the internet unless you choose what is called MQTT, which is actually not the way to use this device, because the whole point of this device is that it will contact other devices, similar devices, off grid. But here's MQTT. Okay, I'll put the link in so you can read about it. So anyway, first thing you want to do is connect and then click here. You do need your COM port number. So down here on the Windows squares there, just go right click, device manager, and find your COM number with the cable connected at the bottom here to your device. So remember, this device does actually connect via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi as well, but when we're doing firmware we use a cable. We charge the battery, look, 59 it says there. So close down, select target device. You can select from a list or you can click auto detect. If I click that, it will then go and find my device. There you are. And I'm going to select, if you do the middle section here, it says firmware. I'm going to select the alpha one. That's the latest, but they say that it's not stable. Further down, it says stable or beta. Yeah. I'm going to go for the newest one here. And then flash. Okay, you get some warnings. And click continue. And right, let's just follow these instructions. And just so you know, underneath here, there's a tiny little hole with a reset button. If you press it twice, it puts it into firmware mode. But we don't need to do that. We can just press the enter DFU mode. And you have to be quite quick and select your COM number. So double click, otherwise you get that error there at the bottom. Effectively, it puts your node into like an SD card mode. And the way to know if you are in the correct mode, go to your little yellow file here at the bottom and look for, just click it, and just look for the folders. So if you go to Elcrow boot, now this won't be here if you're not in DFO mode. You're going to see the files here, and we're going to download and put the file in this folder. So let's just click download here. Make sure you can see this. Yeah, just click download. There's the file. So I'm going to go right click, show in folder. It shows the file we need. So I put them next to each other, and then I'm just going to click the firmware file that it's given us and just drop it, just let go of it. And it's going to put it into this folder here. Let it do that live. See it doing it there. Takes a minute. Right, it's in there. And I did hear the computer and the device reboot. Like so. I think we may have done it, but let's just double check and make sure we're running, see what firmware we are actually running. This is the screen we have at the moment. Yeah, and you'll see that as I push the bottom button, it's scrolling through. And we've got the time. No GPS lock at the moment. But eventually we did see that it said 2.71. So yeah, I need to learn about this. But if I turn it off and then on, and then what I'll do, if you notice that the screen stays on when you turn it off in that intro, because it's like that paper screen. I'll turn it back on, you'll see it, and it's quite bright. As it boots, it actually says 2.7.11 on the top right. So it's definitely got the latest version on there. And, you know, you could turn the knob to make the screen brighter and darker. And then you can press, the top one is the GPS on and off, the top side button. Just turn it up, the GPS. Bottom one scrolls through, look, it's got the time there, it's pretty cool. And update, uptime, and it says the version there. So very pleased that has actually worked. And client, And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to you can see my app there in the background. That's actually my phone in the background. It's going to just connect. So just via Bluetooth, there it is. It's the one called 47 there. So pair and connect, and then we need to get the number in, which is 474,700. 474700, and it does change every time you try and connect. And this is just my Android phone, but you can use an iPhone, and then it all loads up here. We're now connected, and we start to go through all the different couple of channels there. Let's go hide, like so. Go past. First tab at the bottom, you can see the two different devices. Well, we're on the top one. If you click it, you can scroll down, get all your information there. Exchange position, device metric. That's an interesting one because it shows you how much power this device is using. And remember, these devices, the whole point of this device really is to use very low power, and that's the whole part of the whole off-grid thing. You don't need much power. You can use a little solar charger to just get enough power to be off-grid, but communicating with a mesh, a network of other people that are doing the same thing. You got to imagine that there's no way of communicating. Then we've got these little gadgets. Let's go back, back again. So definitely tinker with this. The middle one, if I click here, it's going to give my location. See where I am in the world. And we can go out, look at that, and then got that. Settings, LoRa. Now I've selected Europe here. You need to select, your part, but we're on 868 megahertz. We're not the MQTT thing. So I put a link in the description with that information. That's basically connecting it to the internet. So if I get that to come up, there it is. We're not going to do that now. It's not really recommended, to be honest. Really, the whole point is that it's off-grid. And let's go back one. So I have a little tinker, the user. I can change my name. It says Heltec. Really, I should put on here M1, just so easier to find it. And it sends that. Anything you do on your phone, it sends it to the device. And also, you don't have to connect via Bluetooth. You can now put in your username and password, your IP address, and it'll connect via your Wi-Fi. And you can have better range then, better control, I would say. You just rebooted then. Let's do position. And we're not getting a lot for some reason. No satellites. I normally manage to get one in this room, but we're not getting one at the moment, which is a shame. But I'm going to take it outside in a minute. I'll probably take it with me on my dog walk and see what I can find. See, it's gone red down here. It'll do that. Every now and again, it'll just disconnect. So you just have to reconnect. Just click it, click your device, and reconnect. But I think that's enough. This video is about loading the firmware. If you look at network, this is where you'd add your IP address. It looks like I've already done it once. Pretty sure that's to my other device. Yeah, it is. Look, so that's to my other device. I'm now connected to. Let me show you. This device here, which is has a Heltec version 3 board inside it and a GPS unit. And I'm hoping that we get some satellites. I'm going to put that up high, and I was going to test them side by side, just communicating. Of course, you can add a cable if you connect here. Yeah, great fun, isn't it? Tinker, tinker. So the whole thing about this device, if I just show you, I like it as soon as I saw it. And there's the M2, which is like a black screen, smaller. But it's like a walkie-talkie. And I know some people might think, well, so what? Yeah. But I love the fact that it's like a walkie-talkie because I got my phone in my pocket for the app. You can scroll through on these and look at the different pages, which I haven't learned to do yet. And I'm just let me just show you, but I'm just tinkering through. The reset button is under there, but you shouldn't never need to use it really. I'm just scrolling through, but when you start to get messages, GPS locations, it's all going to show up on here. And then the middle button is called the function button. So I'm just going to press it. And what I'll do a video just using all these buttons, and it won't be like this where it's got everything in the background. But I'm seeing the version when I press the middle, the time. I feel like it's doing the same thing as the bottom button. It's just scrolling up and down, I would say. Yeah, it is. I think it's the same, doing the same thing, but it's called the function button. And the next button down in number 9 is called the page turn. So number 8 is function. Maybe if I press and hold it. Yes, it has. There you are. That's what's happened. It's now gone into a new menu. I know you can't see it, but we're going to do videos on this. Let's just stop this camera from moving. I just give you a focus. And then we can go up and down on that. So let's have a quick look. We've got system action to go down. Press it again. Yeah, I'm going to do a video. As I press the middle button, it's going down. We've got radio presets, LoRa region, device role, radio presets, LoRa region. If I press the bottom one, it's going up. If I press, does it hold? Yeah, press and hold the middle one. Well, I definitely need to make a video just learning how to scroll up and down on that. And then thanks for watching, having fun. ThinkNode M1, 7.3, all the